Hey, what's up, guys? It's Real Travel Speaks here. So I'm just chilling, relaxing on this beautiful Monday evening, enjoying the view, and I am at the beach. Well, actually, I'm not at the beach. I am at my condo at the pool. Enjoying the nice view here. It's calm, peaceful, very quiet. You can see the sunset there. So I want to make this video to talk about some things that you should consider when you buy a property in Thailand. As I mentioned before, one of the reasons why I bought my condominium in Thailand is because Thailand is one of the most tourist visited places in the world each year, averaging over 22 million visitors a year in Bangkok, and Pattaya is trending right after that. So it made sense as a business move. I'm an investor. I invest in the United States as well as I am a real estate agent. So it only made sense for me to look and explore outside the United States to where I can invest. And Thailand was one of the ones on my list. So I started in Pattaya first, and moving over to Bangkok to get other condos. And I do rent them out while I'm away here. So that is one of the reasons why I bought 2 condos in Pattaya. I stay booked all year round. Each month I'm really booked. Sometimes I have some downtime or where I have some vacancies in my condo, but it's very rare. Sometimes I have to shut them down due to maintenance reasons or just some other reasons to where I would have to close down the rental. Now it's been a year since, actually it's been a year and a half since I have owned my condominiums, and I got a lot of good questions and feedback about that, so I decided to make a video to answer some of those questions. The most popular question is, what was the cost of my condo? So at the time when I purchased both of them, it was in 2022 when COVID was still kind of strong. So I took the advantage of that. The price were a lot lower than what it is now. Right now, for the price of the same condominium that they bought 2 years ago, is roughly around $60,000. So with that being said, that's how much I paid for 2 condominiums. Right now, one is going for $60,000, and so I kind of took advantage of that price affected from the COVID. I took the advantage of that, and the first time I came to Thailand, I wasn't even looking to invest. I just came on vacation. It was my first time here, and so once I started to like the properties and the surroundings, I just thought a little bit more into it and see why not. What is the prices here around? It's close to the beach. So when I got with some real estate agents, I was surprised actually to see how affordable buying a property here is in Thailand. In the States, you couldn't find anything for that's decent under 100K, or even half of that price, or even a fraction of that price in the United States where I'm from. So I came out here for a week and I started to look around. I seen maybe about 4 different condominiums, and I narrowed it down to 2 that I really liked. So it took me about 2 weeks to have everything signed and had the keys in my hand. It was a lot of Thai holidays, so that kind of delayed some of the process as well. But since then, a year and a half later, I can say I don't have any regrets. So one question was, how much is my association, or they call common fee here? So when I signed the sales purchase agreement, 2 years in advance, my condominium or condo fees, association fees, common fees, whatever you want to call it, has been paid for 2 years. So I don't have to pay anything for 2 years. and after this year I will have to pay annually, which is roughly about $300 US. So that's annually. Now, taxes. So you do have to pay property taxes, and I paid my property taxes last year, which is about 682 baht. Right off the top of my head, I can't calculate that, so let me see if I can calculate that right now. Let's see, 682 baht. $682 baht, less than $20 for my property taxes, and that's paid annually. So less than $20 for property taxes each year, $300 for my common fee each year. You can't beat that. I mean, you really can't beat that in the States. I don't have any mortgage or any lease. I'm not paying anything every month for the overhead. I'm just living. The only thing I had to pay for is utilities, maybe internet and food, and just living expenses. So I thought it was smart to buy two. That way I can rely on making income if I wanted to live here full time permanently, and I don't have to rely on trying to look for a job. I can just rent out my condominium. I make about $500 a month. It could be more, but what do I do to make money, or what do I do to sustain myself here in Thailand? So one option that I have that I can sustain myself in Thailand is just renting out my condominiums. I live in one, rent out the other, or I rent out both of them and go live somewhere else for the time being. So that's one way I can make money in Thailand. I don't consider that to be a primary reason, but if I had to, that would be a way that I can fall back on. I am okay. I invest in the United States. That's where I primarily make my money. So I don't have to come to Thailand and try to find a way to be okay and sustain myself. I'm just already fine. What advice I have for people who are looking for a condominium? Take your time. Take your time. Drive around the city. Get familiar with the places. Don't stop or pick the very first condominium that you see just because it's popular and just because you see a lot of people are hanging out there. Actually, I would probably advise to picking a high traffic area, just because if you're going to stay there, then that's something to consider. But if you're going to, maybe invest, then it just depends. It just depends on your strategy. Me personally, I think I prefer the more quiet area. I'm in Jomtien. I can sleep at night. I'm not on the South Beach Pattaya where there's music, there's bars all night, so it's just noisy, too noisy for me. And I think that would be the same for if you're going to invest and you have people who are renting there. You're going to be dealing with a lot of people coming and going. Me, I prefer long-term renters. I just think they're more stable and it's just less headache. Also too, make sure you negotiate. Make sure your agent negotiates for you. You don't have to pay for the asking price of the condominium. Yeah, the lady who I bought my condos from, she wanted a certain amount, and we negotiated, and I offered her a deal. If she would come down on the price, I would buy the condo right away. And so that's what happens. Make sure you negotiate. Everything out here in Thailand is negotiable. So same thing in the States. That's everything with real estate. So you have to negotiate on the price. Also, you don't have to buy a condominium to live in Thailand. You can just rent. If you're happy with paying monthly, then that's okay. You can do that as well. And that's probably even a better move. So you can keep most of your money in your bank and you're just paying for what you're using. Me, I already thought as a long-term deal, so that's why I went ahead and made the initiative and just pulled the trigger on buying something to where I can just call this my home. How much do I make per month with my condos? Roughly about $500 a month, give and take, and that's just for one. So if I have both of them rented out and I'm not here, I can probably make close to $1,000 a month. So the reason why I bought 2 condos because I thought ahead of making a passive income. I don't want to rely on trying to go back home, trying to make money, or do some kind of remote job online or anything like that. So what I did was bought 2 condos, live in one and rent out the other. Make $500 a month. Easily that can cover my expenses, food, utilities, clothing. Like I said, I don't have to pay any mortgage, so I'm not paying anybody for rent. So $500 a month, I can live very comfortably. I don't have a car to pay. There's no car note or anything like that. So my expenses are very, very low. I'm always a frugal person. Even in the United States, I'm very frugal. So I am very cost conscious. So I live on budgets. I think that's smart to have. That's one of the reasons why I can invest in things like that, because it's not all about making money, it's about keeping it. So what are some of the problems that I have ran into of the ownership of a condominium? When you first start out and you are a new owner of the condominiums, you have to get an understanding of what's expected from you. Some of the things I probably was told about, but I found out later on the hard way, like letters in my mailbox. Like for instance, my taxes. I had to go down to the Pattaya City Hall, and I would have a video somewhere about that too, of me paying my taxes. So I didn't know what to expect when I got there, but when I got there, it was very simple. I showed them my deed, proved that I was the owner of the condominiums, and they just showed me the amount that I had to pay for the taxes. No one's going to remind you that you have to pay taxes or your bills. That's up to you to follow up on that. So in the United States, they maybe call you or send you an email or things like that to send you a reminder that you have some things to pay for. But in Thailand, it's not like that, at least in my case. I found out when when I had balances. So I'm not sure if that's on the jurisdiction part or if that's on the owner part, but that's just my experience. The management here. So the condominium jurisdiction office management could be a little tricky because they have more than one person running the operation. So the communication amongst all of them sometimes are not communicated. So you will have to rely on one person to get something done, and if it's not done, if you're following up on it, the other person have no knowledge of what's going on. So I would say, if for example, I had a leaky shower in my bathroom, so I asked the jurisdiction to get that fixed, and we're waiting on a technician. She told me wait a few days, so I waited a few days, and I went there. It was like, hey, it's been a few days, I haven't seen a technician. So the lady that I talked to, she wasn't there. It was another lady, and that lady had no idea what was going on. So we had to call the technician, and I ended up waiting more than what I needed to get that fixed. So I think the thing to do to combat that is to make sure it's being communicated to more than one person when you have a problem about your condominium, and that will solve that issue. So how to pay your utility bills. So the utility bills in Thailand, you can pay with if you have a Thai bank. I have a Thai bank, and it took me probably about like a day or two to open up a Thai bank. It wasn't hard. The procedure was just tedious because there's a lot of foreigners there trying to do the same thing, and you have to have some type of form of ownership, whether you're renting a condo or you own a condo or a contract or something like that, to where you can prove that you have a residency here, and they will open up the bank for you. The bank I went to was Bangkok Bank. It's right in the central Pattaya Mall. That seems to be the easiest for me. I went there, it probably took me about a few hours, and that's just because I had to wait on people ahead of me, but they got me up and running. So I got a Thai bank here. So in Thailand, a lot of things are cashless, so you can pay for food, you pay for utilities cashless with your Thai bank. You can just scan it and pay them the amount that they are requesting, or you can receive the amount that you are requesting. So it's similar to like Cash App in the United States or Zelle in the United States. It's something similar to that. Right now I am in the Zen zone, or the barbecue or the lounge area on the rooftop of my condominium. I'm just enjoying the view and just taking in the good weather. It's windy here, and in Pattaya it gets super hot, so during the evening a lot of people come out and enjoy themselves. So I've just decided to come up here, take in some fresh air and relax and talk to you guys. Other than that, I really don't have any regrets as owning a condo in Thailand. I know that some people have some bad experiences, some people have some good ones. Me, for myself, I think it was okay. I didn't run into any issues or problems. It was just little errors or little errands and minor setbacks that I had, like you know, maintenance things in my condominium that I got fixed, and it wasn't a big deal. But as far as feeling like I got scammed or cheated, I haven't had any type of those occurrences. So if you know, don't let anyone scare you about that, because it certainly happens, but I don't think that it happens more than often. You just got to know what you're doing. Don't trust everyone, but make sure you get the right information from people if you're trying to go about getting a condo or purchase property in Thailand. You have to know the law, so make sure you work with a reputable agent and a good company. And if you need or you want to know who I work with, just let me know in the comments, and I can point the person or the company that helped me out, that can help you guys out. Yeah, if you have any other questions, guys, let me know about the condominium. Other than that, guys, I don't have any other regrets. Will I do it again? I would. I certainly would. So one of my goals is to buy property in Bangkok and do the same. I'm an investor at heart. That's what I do by day. So, and I just, you know, make YouTube is my hobby. YouTube videos is my hobby. It's a brand new hobby of mine. So hopefully I share some information that can help someone or even inspire someone. I'll be gratefully happy about that. So what I want to say to you guys is that if you have the means to do so, do it. By all means, I won't steer you wrong. This is probably one of the best investments that I did for myself, just to escape the matrix, come out here and live and see what different places have to offer. So if you're just scared and you're on the edge, don't worry about it. Just do it. Just do it. You'll thank yourself later. Guys, that's it for now. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know in the comments. You can email me and I will do my best to reach out back to everyone. It probably will take me a little time because I am kind of busy during the day, but when I have time I will respond. So that's it for now, guys. This is Real Travel Speaks. Embrace the journey. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Real Travel Speaks. Real Travel, this is Real Travel Speaks. Hey.